Absolutely fantastic rendition of the official UEFA Women's Champions League anthem. Please put your hands together one more time for the Asturia girls. Thank you so much. Amazing way to start off the ceremony. Hello and welcome everyone. Fantastic to have you here at the home of European football in Nyon, and we're ready to kick off the UEFA Women's Champions League draw. This is a historic day ever since its inception in 2001. The UEFA Women's Cup, as it was first known, you may remember, has evolved. And this season, the UEFA Women's Champions League debuts a new format that will deliver the best of the best for clubs, for players, and of course for fans as well. Shortly, we'll commence the draw, but before we get to that, it's time to introduce today's draw conductor. Please join me in welcoming UEFA's Director of Women's Football, Nadine Kessler. Welcome, Nadine.
Good day.
Fantastic to be here on this historic occasion.
Well, I'm really glad I could finally steal you from our men's draws. Huh?
Well, it was a big move after the transfer window may have closed, but you did get me to move over.
I think I was aggressive enough on the market. We can agree on that. Welcome, everyone. Also, a big, big hello from my side. Today is a very special day for many reasons. Firstly, we finally now kick off our new Champions League phase format. And secondly, we too now have this magic button. How cool is that? And thirdly, wait and see who will join Pedro and myself on stage. I promise you, you'll be queuing for pictures. But before that, we should pay tribute to a competition which has done so much for the game we all love. The Champions League has been fundamental in getting women's club football where it is. It was the first ever continental club competition to be established, and it has been a constant for a quarter of a century while the game around us changed beyond measure. Since its inception, it's been the ultimate objective in club football, and as such has triggered clubs and leagues to invest and ensure that the bar for European women's football is consistently raising. In times where innovation and technology are taking over our lives, we sometimes forget how unique and rich cultural heritage can be. Because you simply can't buy history, can you? And the Women's Champions League is steeped in footballing history. Incredible players and clubs have given their blood, sweat, and tears for a chance to play in a competition that means everything. And what memories they have given us. Jones and Prince winning the first title for a Frankfurt team that would eventually win 4. Marta taking Europe by storm, dancing around defenders and helping Umia to secure their second title. Renard and Dickenmann ending Lyon's long way to win the first of 8. Or Wolfsburg becoming the first and only club to ever clinch the title in their debut season as a runner-up and successfully even defending it the following year. Ada doing Ada things and becoming the competition's top scorer with the age of only 24. Alexia and Aitana starting a Barcelona dynasty and turning football into art. Shalene finishers, bronze tackles, and Abby Lee magic. Scott and Pop, Les Sommer, Marajan, Boquete, Oshwala, Morgan and Martins, Kumagai and co. Too many names, too many magic moments. I mean, did you see what it means to the Arsenal players lifting this silverware last season? Emotions only this competition can bring. A competition whose value isn't just measured in numbers, but in exactly these emotions it conveys, the memories it creates, the football it has to offer, and the players it attracts. But what does it actually take to win it? Not so easy, is it?
So what does it take to win the UEFA Women's Champions League?
What does it take? You want to know the formula, the code, the secret sauce?
Of course.
When thousands of people watching in the stadium and millions at home, you don't hide. Doesn't matter if the opposition has won it 2 or 20 times. On the pitch, trophies don't play. Neither does reputation.
And how did you cope with the mounting demands season after season?
This competition constantly evolves. New teams, new tactics, new pressures. So you gotta stay one step ahead.
The competition's tough. You're facing legends out there, right?
You don't get the crown by avoiding the queens. You gotta face the best of the best. And beat them.
So if I follow these rules, I can get one of those, the ultimate prize?
Nah.
What?
There's no secret formula. For 25 years, this has been the one to win. And every winning team found their own way, made their own rules, broke them when they had to. When that final whistle blows, when everything's on the line and the crown is up for grabs, you don't follow a code. You don't stop to think how you got here. You don't stop and think about what's next. You just
take it.
Get your own.
Great video, perfect way to really set the tone for the season, and wonderfully done by Ada and Lily, right? Some great acting skills there as well.
More skills than just playing football.
All right, now that celebrates the legends of the Women's Champions League. One of them, of course, is standing here to my left, while also spotlighting today's stars. And of course, it's exciting to see the next generation emerging, right? Like Lily Johannes, who made history as one of the youngest players to start a Women's Champions League match at just 16 for AFC Ajax, and now continues her journey with OL Lyon. With so many talented players and ambitious clubs in the mix, we're truly in for a spectacular season on this grand stage. Nadine.
We are, Pedro. The Champions League is the ultimate proving ground where the very best find their equals, where Euro and World Cup winners play, where Ballon d'Or winners are to be made. Where there are no shortcuts or backdoors to reach a final, as Lily had to learn the hard way from Ada. To reach the top, every team must earn their place on the pitch, demonstrating their quality, their hunger and their spirit. The Champions League is not a prize that can be bought or handed out. It is a reward for excellence, and one which every team in Europe can dream of. And I promise you that this new format will only maximize the excitement, as every goal, every save, every result can change the course of an entire season for any of the 18 teams involved.
There's no doubt about that, Nadine. This season promises to be unlike anything we've ever seen before in the women's game, with top-tier European clashes happening earlier in the competition and more at stake in every single match as well. Let's take a look at the new format.
The 2025-26 season marks a bold new era for the UEFA Women's Champions League, featuring a fresh format packed with more excitement, more intensity and unforgettable football. Participation in the competition remains open for all countries and is based on sporting merit. The 16-team group stage has been replaced by a league phase featuring 18 teams. 9 teams have qualified directly for the league phase: the UEFA Women's Champions League title holder, the champions of the top 6 domestic leagues, and the runners-up of the top 2 domestic leagues. The remaining 9 teams will qualify via the Champions and League paths. In the league phase, teams will be seeded into 3 pots of 6 teams and will play 2 opponents from each pot, 1 at home and 1 away, for a total of 6 matches per team. All results in the league phase are counted in one ranking, with 3 points for a win, 1 for a draw, 0 for a loss. The top 4 sides in the league phase progress directly to the quarter-finals, while the teams who finish 5th to 12th must first face each other in the knockout phase playoffs to join the top 4 in the quarter-finals. Teams ranked 13th to 18th will be eliminated from the competition. The knockout phase has evolved into a seeded bracket system. For the knockout phase draw, clubs are paired based on their league phase ranking, with every position counting. Finishing higher in the league phase secures a better seeding in the bracket. The draw will determine each club's path for the remaining rounds of the competition, with the clubs progressing on their drawn side until the final. All ties in the knockout phase except the final are played home and away, with the seeded club playing the second leg at home. The new system will ensure fast-changing and unpredictable standings, more balanced matches, and top teams playing against each other every match day. And every match, every goal, and every point counts, meaning more excitement and more drama from the very first match day.
All right, That's how it all works. Exciting stuff. Now, it wouldn't be a Women's Champions League draw without the help of some special guests here on stage. And to help us, I would like to introduce a trailblazing figure in the world of football and broadcasting, a former England international and Arsenal legend. She made 140 appearances for her country and lifted 21 major trophies. Beyond the pitch, she's become a pioneering voice in sports media as well, a true legend for club and country who knows what it takes to make it to the top of European club football. Let's see who it is. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome on stage Alex Scott.
Hey, Pedro.
Welcome.
Thank you.
So much history. Great to see that, that video there with a lot of images from the blast from the past, right?
I know, I feel like I look like such a baby in those images.
Well, you won, obviously, the UEFA Women's Cup back in 2007. You scored the deciding goal as well in that final against Umea. And then you had to wait a few years,
yes.
18 to be precise, to see the Gunners win it again. How special is this competition for you, and what did it feel like to celebrate that victory over Barcelona in Lisbon?
Oh, well, I cried like a baby in the stands seeing the girls do that once again. Like you said, 18 years, but then to finally get to that moment. And it reminded me back in 2007, because we'd done so much and been in so many semi-finals, and it was just getting to that final, that next stage. And we went in 2007 against Umea, who had the formidable Marta. And no one expected us to win. We totally went in as the underdogs, and then obviously we went on to lift the trophy. And I believe it was the same again last year for the girls. Everyone looks at the Barcelona team and what they've done, and they're such a fantastic side, the players that they have in their ranks. So I think everyone kind of wrote Arsenal off, but the performance that they put in, they truly deserve to go on and win it and lift that trophy once again.
Yeah, it was amazing.
For sure. Unfortunately, this year, no one will write you off.
Yes.
The underdog role belongs to the past, Alex. I mean, this competition has produced so many incredible legends, including yourself, but we also see more and more youngsters coming through, incredible talents. Who should we look out for?
Oh God, I think when you look at Lyon at the moment, you've got Dumine, just the ability to get on the ball. They're the players that always excite people. They can get fans out of their seats and create and score amazing goals. But I think if you look on to the English shores, Chelsea with Thompson, I think Arsenal, Smith, I can't wait to see those sort of players lighting up the Champions League.
I think you spotted already a few of the very exciting young players we have as well in this competition.
Yeah, expert analysis here on stage from Alex, and amazing to have you here. We're not done yet. We've just revealed our first guest, but there's one final role to fill. Our next special guest here has lit up the world's biggest stages with poise, power, and pace. A Champions League winner, a Euro winner, and the recipient of both the UEFA and FIFA Player of the Year awards. She has helped redefine Dutch football on the global stage and continues to inspire the next generation of players as well. Let's reveal her name. And please welcome, here she is, Lieke Martens. Welcome, Lieke.
Yes. Lieke, I can't believe that you're here, because you just had a newest addition to your family, a little baby boy. Congratulations. Thank you for making the time for a UEFA draw and spending this historic moment with us. How is life? Can you enjoy even retirement, or does he give you sleepless nights?
He gives us sleepless nights, but now he's doing better. But thank you for having me. I'm very excited and being here with you. So, yeah.
We are so honored to have you.
We are indeed. You had such a stellar career. Of course, you started in the Netherlands with Hair and Veen, but you went to so many different countries to shine. France, Belgium, Sweden, Germany, and obviously Spain, where you won the UEFA Women's Champions League. So much success collectively, so much success individually as well throughout your career. Is it possible to pick out one moment in the history of this competition that stands out to you?
I mean, there's so many beautiful things I have like in my memory, but like, I mean, with Barcelona winning the first Champions League for the club was very special, and it's very nice to see the club doing very well and won it like 3 times. So.
Yeah, and it was a historic season as well, right? A treble that season.
Yeah,
for,
it was just a
Barca.
pity. It was just a pity. It was the Corona one,
Yeah.
so we didn't have any spectators, but it was very nice. Very nice.
Thank you for picking out the Champions League. We rehearsed that very well, ladies and gentlemen. So, thank you, Lieke, thank you, Alex. It's time to get closer to the draw, but it wouldn't be a UEFA draw without a sophisticated technical procedure.
UEFA Women's Champions League league phase draw procedure. The 18 teams that have qualified for the league phase are divided into 3 pots. Pot 1 features the UEFA Women's Champions League title holders, plus the top 5 qualified teams in the UEFA Club Coefficient ranking. Pot 2 comprises the next 6 qualified teams in the ranking, and Pot 3 contains the remaining 6 teams. The draw will determine the 6 opponents for each team that they will face during the league phase. To assign these teams opponents, a computer software will be triggered to select at random 2 eligible teams from each pot. It will take into account the following conditions before selecting the opponents. Teams from the same national association cannot be drawn against each other. Teams can face a maximum of 2 opponents from any one other national association. Starting with pot 1, a ball is manually drawn at random and opened to display the team, at which point an automated software randomly draws 6 opponents for this team, 2 from each pot, including for each opponent, whether they are played at home or away. The software randomly draws opponents from each pot from amongst all the valid options, while ensuring that the draw can be continued until the end. Once a valid allocation has been drawn by the software, the opponents and which matches are played at home or away will be revealed. The process is repeated until all 6 teams from pot 1 have been drawn and assigned their 6 opponents. Any opponent that has already been drawn does not need to be revealed and will be displayed directly in the opponent overview. Once all 6 pot 1 teams have been drawn, pot 2 will follow with a ball again manually drawn at random. As all opponents of pot 1 have been designated, the software moves immediately to draw 2 opponents at random from each of pots 2 and 3, again allocating which matches are played at home and which are played away. Pot 3 will be completed as per the same procedure as the previous pots, with only opponents from pot 3 remaining to be drawn. It is important to note that the display of ties is shown for the home and away ties by pot, and does not represent the order of the matches of each team. The match calendar with the dates and kick-off times of the matches will be released on Saturday.
So we are good to go. Let's take a look at the 6 teams in pot 1. So, I'm sure you'd agree there's some exceptional teams there, including, of course, the title holders Arsenal, last season's winners, 3-time champions FC Barcelona, and record 8-time winners OL Lyon. If you're wondering how it's going to work up here on stage, obviously Nadine's going to conduct everything, pull the strings, but it'll be Alex drawing the balls, and then Lieke here pressing the magic button and revealing their opponents. So, let's get to it.
We are ready, are we?
Yeah. Just like in the playing days,
yes,
pulling the strings.
It's a bit much. Kicking off pot 1, and Alex will tell us the first team out of pot 1.
Okay.
Lieke will press the magic button.
Okay, first out is Chelsea.
Oof, what a reaction. Chelsea, the first team drawn in this year's league stage. 3 titles last season for Chelsea. I mean, they know how to play semi-finals, quarter-finals. They're up there. They also know how to play a final. The only other English team to ever reach the final. I'm sure they're in for more, I guess.
Yes.
Lieke, would you tell us who Chelsea has to play against and reveal the opponents?
There you have it, the first draw for this historic new league phase in the UEFA Women's Champions League. These are the opponents for Chelsea: Barcelona and Wolfsburg in pot 1. It'll be AS Roma at home and St. Polten away in pot 2. In pot 3, the Londoners will be facing Paris FC at home, and they'll be traveling to the Netherlands to take on FC Twente.
That is a draw, quite already. Some super interesting ties here.
You get a taste of what's to come, right?
Exactly, exactly. All complaints to Alex and Lieke, please.
Okay, next up, we have Bayern Munich.
We have Bayern Munich, the German champions, who reached 6 out of the last quarterfinals, also have semi-final experience, and I'm pretty sure Bayern Munich is also hungry for more, the German champions. Lieke, tell us who Bayern will play against.
There you have it. It's Arsenal, the defending champions, and Barcelona, last season's runners-up. So not a bad way to start in pot 1. Bayern Munich also facing at home Juventus, and they'll be traveling to France to take on Paris Saint-Germain. In pot 3, it's Vålerenga from Norway at home, and a trip to Madrid to take on Club Atlético de Madrid.
Can you feel the responsibility on
A little bit, but
clubs are usually
but
nice.
like, to be honest, all games are tough.
Okay. We have Lyon.
OL Lyon, 8 times winners, the only team who scored more than 500 goals in this competition and had 9 incredible signings this season. I don't ask what the goal of Lyon is this year. So, Lieke, please reveal the opponents.
6 opponents to reveal for OL Lyon. They are Wolfsburg and Arsenal. Those are the opponents from pot 1. From pot 2, it's St. Polten of Austria at home and Juventus away. And in pot 3, Lyon taking on Club Atlético de Madrid, and they'll have a trip to the UK to take on Manchester United.
Oh, that sounds very nice. 3 more teams to go in pot 1. Alex, over to you.
Okay, we have Wolfsburg.
Exactly, VfL Wolfsburg, who placed Chelsea and OL Lyon already 2 times winners, 4 times finalists, a club that certainly also marked the Women's Champions League history, now in their over 100 matches. Lieke, please tell us the opponents of Wolfsburg.
We already knew about Chelsea and OL Lyon. We now know they'll also be facing Paris Saint-Germain and Real Madrid from pot 2. At pot 3, it's a home match against Manchester United and a trip to Norway to take on Vålerenga. That's the puzzle for Wolfsburg.
Exactly. 2 more teams to go.
Okay, we have Arsenal.
We see a big smile here from Alex Scott for the club of her heart, the title holders, the only English team to ever win the competition, Arsenal. Who will Arsenal play against, Lieke? OL Lyon, Bayern, and?
Let's see.
An unforgettable evening for Arsenal in Lisbon at the end of last season. We knew their pot 1 opponents, they are Lyon and Bayern Munich. We now also know they'll be facing Real Madrid at home, and they'll be traveling to Portugal to take on Benfica. In pot 3, it's a home match against FC Twente and a trip to Belgium to take on OH Leuven.
Clear. One more team to announce. Show us hopefully the right name.
Pressure.
Barcelona. It is FC Barcelona, 3 times winners, the club that released most players to the Euro, which says everything about the talent in their squad. Lieke, please complete the road for Barcelona.
Barca are taking on Bayern Munich and Chelsea from pot 1. In pot 2, it's a home match against Benfica. It's a trip to Italy to take on Roma. In pot 3, they'll be hosting Leuven and traveling to France, to the French capital, to take on Paris FC. That is the picture complete for all pot 1 teams. Maybe now is a good time, Nadine, also to remind everyone that this is not the order of the matches,
exactly.
Right? So we're just drawing the opponents, and then the fixtures will be known tomorrow.
Exactly,
right?
That's how it is, Pedro.
If we were going to pick out a few matches here, I mean, starting with last year's champions and finalists, I mean, Arsenal taking on the 8-time winners Lyon. That's a clash of titans there. Barca, they'll be facing Bayern Munich and Chelsea, who you picked out as one of the teams with some of the most exciting talent. Nadine, who do you and the experts kind of stand out in this first section?
I signed up for neutrality. It's over to the girls. Come on.
Okay.
What is your best pick?
Well, when you look at Chelsea up against Barcelona, I have to apologise. Chelsea fans are going to be hating me right now, aren't they?
I
It's okay.
blame UEFA in the end. That's fine.
You have to beat the best to be the best, right?
And they have
true,
an
Pedro.
open bill with Barcelona, right? 3 semi-finals for Chelsea, and it was always Barcelona.
Yeah. I think what that shows you, though, the depth in the teams, that no fixture is easy, because every time you're pairing them up, you're like, that's a tough game.
We are up for exciting matches. You agree, Lieke?
Yeah, there's so many excited games, but also the Arsenal-Lyon, I'm also excited to see that game.
Okay.
All right, we're done with the first pot.
Done with the
Plenty
first pot.
more to come. We've got 2 pots left, of course. We're now moving on to pot 2, where 6 more teams are about to discover their fate. Let's take a look at who they are. Some more magnificent teams in that pot 2, but who will they be facing in this year's competition? Nadine, Alex, and Lieke are going to help us find out.
We will. Alex, over to you. First team out of pot 2.
It is the Spanish team, Real Madrid.
It is Real Madrid, who already knows that they play against Wolfsburg and Arsenal, twice quarterfinalists. Real Madrid has been in any of the last 4 group stages present. So please, Lieke, tell us the 4 remaining opponents of Real Madrid.
A quartet of opponents still to reveal. They are AS Roma. That'll be a home match for the Spanish Giants, and they'll be traveling to Paris to take on PSG. In pot 3, it's Paris FC, so they take both Paris sides on in this year's competition, and they'll be traveling to Twente as well. That's the pathway for Real.
Who's next?
8th team drawn.
Juventus.
It is Juventus, the Italian champions and cup winners, with the best result in 22, where they made it to the quarterfinals. Who signed Lia Welti also this summer, a big signing from Arsenal. I mean, she played an incredible Euro.
Yeah.
Lieke, tell us Juventus' full lineup, please.
Yeah, so we already knew about Lyon and Bayern Munich. We now also know they'll be hosting Portuguese giants Benfica. They're traveling to Austria to take on St. Pölten. And then from pot 3, it is a home match against Manchester United and a trip to Club Atlético de Madrid, who of course qualified dramatically this week.
Dramatically, last minute. Yes, and we're on to the next team, pot 2.
We have Benfica.
We have SL Benfica, the Portuguese champion who made it to the quarterfinals already in the competition, the best result of any Portuguese clubs, and who already know Arsenal, Barcelona and Juventus are waiting for them. But please tell us who are the 3 remaining ones.
Yeah, so a home match from pot 2 against Paris Saint-Germain, and then in pot 3, the side from Lisbon will be hosting FC Twente, and they'll be traveling to France to face Paris FC. That's the path for the Portuguese giants in this year's competition.
Exactly. 3 more teams to go, Alex, please.
This music is tense.
Are you getting a bit nervous? Yeah, it's finally getting under your skin.
The pressure.
That's what it is.
Okay, it is Paris Saint-Germain.
Exactly. Paris Saint-Germain, 2 times finalists, 7 appearances in the semi-finals. Can Paris Saint-Germain go the next step and repeat what their men's team did? Let's see this season.
Yeah, they already knew about 4 of their opponents. They were Bayern Munich, Wolfsburg, Real Madrid and Benfica. The puzzle is now complete. Last pieces being Leuven. That's a home match for Paris Saint-Germain and an away game in the UK against Manchester United.
Brilliant.
We have St. Pölten.
Exactly. St. Pölten, who plays Chelsea or Lyon, Juventus, the Austrian champions and cup winners. No 3 of their opponents, but 3 more are to be revealed. Lieke, please.
An unforgettable season for St. Pölten last year, no doubt about it. Chelsea, Lyon, Juventus, we knew that. They'll now also face another Italian side in pot 2. That's AS Roma. They'll be hosting Club Atlético de Madrid and traveling to Norway to take on Vålerenga football.
Brilliant. And now, please, Alex, the last team. Confirm also everything is correct with pot 2.
It's correct. It is Roma.
Thankfully. AS Roma is drawn, and AS Roma will find 2 more opponents. The best result for AS Roma so far in their debut season was the quarterfinal, but I'm sure they're also up for more. Lieke, please.
Joining Barcelona, Chelsea, St. Pölten and Real Madrid, it's Vålerenga. That'll be a home match for the Italian side, and they'll also be facing OH Leuven. That is away. So I think we are now done with pot 2. We've got all 6 teams out of the bowl. We are quite an
efficient team on stage, I must say. Absolute bros.
Yeah, very smooth.
Didn't expect anything else.
I'm sweating up here.
Well, I think what's, again, quite noticeable here as we get through the first 2 pots is the quality of matches, right? And the diversity of matches as well that you have across the competition. This new format, Nadine, obviously we've seen the success on the men's side, and now we're seeing the prospect of the potential on the women's side as well.
It's exciting to play different opponents, to be never ready, to always have to readjust, and I think that's what we wanted with it, and what the fans also looked forward to. I don't know if you... What are your thoughts, Alex Lieke?
No, it's amazing. I almost want to come back on the pitch because there's so many so excited games now. Like before it was like you had like different games, but now all games are very excited to play. So it's very nice for all the big teams.
You might have a few phone calls now after.
No.
The managers are like, yeah, she's ready.
The clubs are here. I'm sure you will be signed up again tomorrow. So retirement is over.
All right, so we know about 12 of the teams. We've got 6 to go. And this final pot, pot 3, features clubs from Spain, the Netherlands and England. Let's take a look at this final group. So those are the final 6 clubs, all of them coming through the qualifying round. So it'd be fair to say, Nadine, they're tired, but they're happy.
They're happy. They're over the moon. They will be carried much further because these matches will, give them a lot of confidence.
For sure.
Are we ready? Can we
ready.
go?
Let's go. Let's do it.
All right.
Complete
Last
the draw.
6 teams. Alex, over to you.
Okay. FC Twente.
FC Twente, who already found their opponents in Chelsea, Arsenal, Real Madrid and Benfica. The Dutch champions who, are already in their 11th season in the Champions League. So, Lieke, tell us the last 2 remaining opponents for Twente.
There it is. We're completing the picture. We knew about Chelsea, Arsenal, Real Madrid and Benfica. We now also know that Twente are facing Atletico de Madrid at home, and they're making the short trip over to Belgium to take on Leuven.
Exactly, Pedro. Off we go. 5 more teams to be drawn. I hope I will be able to re-invite you on stage. I like that very much.
Vålerenga.
Vålerenga, the Norwegian champions in 23-24, currently in a title race with Brann. And they hope to make it, I guess, to the final in Oslo. That would be very, very special. Lieke, please.
So, joining Wolfsburg, Bayern Munich, St. Pölten, AS Roma as opponents for Vålerenga, it's Paris FC, that's a home match, and they'll be facing Manchester United in the UK.
There you go. You know everything for Vålerenga.
Okay, OH Leuven.
OH Leuven, the Belgium champions in their first participation in the Champions League, directly making it to the league phase. Congratulations. And Leuven, Lieke, will play against?
Yeah, completing the picture, Arsenal, Barcelona. We knew about that pot 1 double that'll be challenging for Leuven. They've got Roma and PSG. They've now also got Twente and Paris FC. We knew about Twente already. So Paris FC, the last team to be revealed for the Belgians.
3 more teams in pot 3. Paris FC, Manchester United and Club Atletico
You just
de
mentioned
Madrid.
them. It is Manchester United.
It is Manchester United. Again, another debutant. Congratulations, Manchester United, who fought back against Brann and who made it now to the league stage. Lieke, please.
The fixture list for Manchester United is now complete. Lyon, Wolfsburg, Paris Saint-Germain, Juventus, Vålerenga and Club Atletico de Madrid.
Actually, we already complete the full fixture list, but please, Alex, draw the teams. The computer already revealed all opponents. Show the audience that we've done everything correct.
You just want to keep me working, don't you?
Yeah.
Atletico Madrid.
It is Club Atletico de Madrid, who also had a last-minute comeback against Häcken. Congratulations, also their first league phase appearance. Alex.
And
just confirming everything is in order.
Yeah, it is. Paris FC.
Paris FC. Thankfully, everything is in order. The French Cup winners and group stage participants 23-24.
Yeah, a little recap now that the dust is beginning to settle after the excitement here on stage during the fortunes of 18 teams who are, of course, embarking on an historic journey in this new league phase. Picking out some of the matches here as we look at Leuven, the debutants. They're really going to have a baptism of fire, like they normally say, with Arsenal and Barcelona from pot 1, then Roma, PSG from pot 2, and Twente and Paris FC. But again, if you're with the best, you want to play the best, and that's what they're going to have a chance to do. Maybe you would like to pick out another opponent or match that you're looking forward to from this pot 3?
Well, I think I'm excited to see Manchester United for the first time in the Champions League, and you look at some of the matchups who they're playing against. What a great team in OL Lyon. That will just be the players. They're the games that you're excited to play on and why you want to play at the highest level all the time.
Yeah. Well, thanks for that, Nadine. We're done.
Yeah,
we've got all the teams drawn.
We are. The road to Oslo is set. The destiny of all of the 18 teams is known, but as you know me, no one gets off this stage here ever without predicting. Lieke, Alex, I'm sorry.
Okay.
Without predicting, without predicting who will win this year's competition. Do we see a new team, or will it be the usual suspects?
Well, you know, I'm going to say I'd love Arsenal to be there, but I think the team to look out for this year, I think when you see the additions they've added to their squad, I think Chelsea may go on a run, and I suppose, look, they've been trying to get their hands on that trophy for so long now, so I definitely think they're a team to watch, but Arsenal are in my heart always, you know that.
The Arsenal fans anyway love you so much they will forgive you for that answer. Lieke, what do you think? Do you agree with Alex, or?
I mean, like Chelsea has a very good chance, definitely, because it's less predictable. But I'm always between Olympique Lyon and Barcelona as well, and I know the girls in Barcelona.
Are you trying to get out of an answer? We don't finish the.
No, okay. I will say Barcelona. They were not happy last season about that, so they will come and bounce back.
So you said, sorry?
Barcelona.
Barcelona, there you go. Barcelona and Chelsea. Thank you very much, you two. Really, from the bottom of my heart, you've been amazing. Thank you for making the time.
Thank you.
So great to have everyone here. So much quality, so much talent here on stage. That does bring today's ceremony to an end. As we mentioned earlier, the final fixtures will be revealed tomorrow. The UEFA Women's Champions League gets underway on Tuesday, the 7th of October. Find out where you can watch it on a broadcast near you at uefa.com/watchUWCL. Finally, we'd like to take this opportunity to wish the very best of luck, of course, to all the clubs competing in this season's competition. From all of us here on stage, Alex, Nadine, Lieke, it's been fantastic to share this historic moment with you. We'll see you soon as a new era of European football begins. Goodbye for now.